President Trump has issued a fresh threat to Iran. Accept a deal quickly or U.S. will destroy Karg Island and its power and water plants. The threat comes as conflicting reports emerged over Trump's potential plans for Iran. The Wall Street Journal, citing administration officials, reported that Trump has told his aides he is willing to end the military campaign against Iran even if the Strait of Hormuz remains largely closed. The report says that Trump may launch a complex operation to reopen it later. However, another report, this time from the Washington Post, says that Pentagon is preparing for weeks of ground operations in Iran. The plans, yet to be okayed by Trump, could involve raids by special operations and conventional infantry troops. Meanwhile, an Iranian parliamentary committee voted to impose tolls on vessels through the Strait of Hormuz, the passageway through which 1/5 of global oil passes. State television said Iran would forbid vessels related to the U.S. and Israel. Trump has claimed that the diplomatic progress in ending the month-long war, but he has also warned that if a deal was not struck quickly, the U.S. forces would destroy, and I quote, all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, and possibly all desalination plants, which we have purposefully not yet touched. Trump has been claiming that the U.S. is speaking to a more reasonable regime in Tehran and has sent a 15-point proposal to end the war. But Iran says the U.S. president is lying about negotiations while readying a ground invasion. It says there has been no negotiations or talks with the U.S. in these 31 days of war. Tehran says it has received a negotiation request, adding that most American demands are unrealistic and excessive.
The materials that have been conveyed to us under various titles such as the 15-point plan mainly include very excessive, unrealistic and unreasonable demands. The meeting that Pakistan held with its neighboring countries is a framework that they established themselves. We did not participate in this framework.
Iranian Parliament Speaker Ghalibaf, the man named by Trump as the one he's talking to, has also hit back at the U.S. president. He claims that the U.S. is promoting its desires as news while threatening Iran at the same time. He warned it would be a big mistake. But the U.S. claims that Iran's reactions are more about posturing than defiance. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. privately had received positive messages voicing hope for working with elements within Iran's government. Rubio also said that there were internal fractures inside the Islamic Republic. He says that the U.S. is hoping that figures with power to deliver that charge. The White House has repeated that the war against Iran should be over within another 2 weeks.
I think we should all be very proud of our armed forces for what they have done over the past 30 days. The mission will continue until the objectives are achieved, and that 4 to 6 week timeline does remain right now. I don't have any updates for you on that.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump's partner in attacking Iran, said more than half of his military aims had been achieved, but he also refused to put a timeline on the operation that has ignited a regional war and sent global oil prices soaring.